Okay, so day 22 down to a measly 173 pounds. That's pretty exciting. Um, I'm not sure. I'm thinking that my health is not going to deteriorate way too much from this. I think my body's just learning that you have all this excess fat on you. You better go do something with it, and it's been feeling like that's the case. Certainly my muscles have shrunken in size. But I'll just go build it back up and do it sustainably. Make sure calories in equals calories out, and or maybe calories in is a little bit more than calories out, and just build the muscle from there. Let's see. A big thing I'm kind of sitting into recently is the idea of unity. It's like really sitting into the fact that things are better together than they are separate. And that's tough because we live in a world where crowds do all sorts of dangerous things. When people are in the comfort of the crowd, they'll make all sorts of irrational decisions. That's just nasty stuff. But generally speaking, when people are just hanging out just amongst themselves, people are generally better than they're better together. That's how we were able to go hunt the buffalo. That's how we were able to survive in the wilderness, because people did things together. Now, I don't mean this from just like a logical standpoint or just from a textbook standpoint that things are better together, but really it's like the point of everything is to come together. I think that's what I'm really trying to come to, and it's so tough because the English language is so limited. I think Alan Watts is the one that talked about how people confuse money with wealth, and wealth is so conflated with money that we treat them as one and the same. So what happens is that people think that they're going to become wealthy by getting a lot of money, when that's not the case at all. Like, wealthy starts in the mind first. Wealthy is a way of being, and the money that comes after is just a consequence. It's not the point to get a lot of money. The point is to become wealthy, and as a result of being wealthy, having that wealthy personality, that wealthy identity, something that you are, something that you be, the money comes. The money comes easily after. Now, what's that made up of? One I can think of off the top of my head is fear. Fear. You want to be very, very careful with being afraid. The difference between like a rich person and a poor person is how they deal with fear. The poor person is gonna buckle like very, very easily. Like right now, I'm in the middle of shorting the market. I'm in the middle of shorting a consumer discretionary fund, ticker symbol XLY, just because the economy is indicative of such. So, but even so, today, it just went up a couple ticks, and now I'm down. I'm in the hole, something like $5,000 or $7,000. I've even checked. I've set up a stop limit where I could lose upwards of 12 grand before I pull out and just say that my investment's lost. But guess what? It's like wealthy people, or rather rich people, not necessarily wealthy people, but rich people lose money all the time. They lose money all the time because they're willing to bet big. So you gotta make a big bet. You can't pull out too early because you're gonna miss out on all the gains. So if my thesis is playing out correctly, that yes, we're going to continue raising interest rates. Yes, inflation is still going to be a problem. People don't realize the scope of the problem that they've created by printing all this money. Then things are going to work out. But aside from the financial lingo mumbo jumbo, the point is how do I deal with this fear? Just learn how to sit with it. And it's not something that I do. It's just something that I am. It's like you become the person that is able to sit with it, or you become the person that is unified with other people. So maybe I don't have a very, very clear message today, but all that being said, day 22 is feels a lot like day 4 or 5. It's not that intense at all. So just give y'all just a little bit more hope on the matter. Keep drinking water, keep your electrolytes up. Again, make sure you check with the doctor. I am starting to supplement with a vitamin B1 because, as far as I know, refeeding syndrome. Essentially, when you eat too much food and you have an insulin spike right after a period of starvation, typically speaking, when that happens, your body is just drained of electrolytes, of potassium, magnesium, calcium. It's also drained of vitamin B1, which is needed, and phosphorus. Now, the last time I checked, I think my phosphorus levels were above average. So I think that should be covered for. So the last thing is just B1. So I'm going to be starting to supplement with vitamin B1 for for the next 18 days or so. But all's going good. Still sitting with it, still looking for that spiritual insight. And I think that things will become a little bit more clear in the next couple weeks. I'd imagine things will intensify, or I'm just built different. One of the two things. But I think this is a lot easier than people paint it out to be. But nonetheless, that's all I have for today. So I'll keep things up. Keep cutting things out. Keep bringing back what I'm learning, and that's it. So I'm gonna go back in and get some rest. This is Tom on day 22.